Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Morgan, and bid you all welcome back to Elex. So last time we had a long dialogue with a lot of NPCs here, and gotten quite a few missions. So I think we're gonna head back to the trader Sinda, and just let her know that she can't expect any help from this Angrim fellow. So we'll have to find other alternatives to getting her what she needs.
Hey, what are you doing?
I don't know, can I use this? Okay, he didn't seem to care. Alright, thanks for watching me.
Who's that out there? Come on. I heard you.
A little late on the draw there, buddy. So, I don't know, it still annoys me when I see one of the biggest problems that they've had. It's not a big problem, it's just a personal grievance. One of the problems they've had with their game since Gothic 3 is that when you advance the time of day by resting, nobody moves. Like, in the old Gothic games, people would, once you advance the time of day, people would automatically show up where they were supposed to be at that time of day. Which was nice, but now, instead, when you advance the time of day, they stay where they are, and as soon as their script triggers for them to do the next thing, that's when they start moving there. So if if you sleep until the middle of the day, nobody starts their work until you get out of there.
Hey, watch it there! I hate it when people mess with my stuff. You think the armor in this place makes itself? Well, you wouldn't be the only one, but let me tell you, it's not true. Damned hard work makes it. My damned hard work. So don't get in my way.
What's so good about the armor you supply?
Quality, skill, years of practice technique. And as you go up through the ranks, you're eligible for different equipment. As a cultivator, you'll be confronted with different challenges to a warrior or a paladin. So for cultivator armor, I make sure to give you the freedom of movement needed for working in the fields. But a warrior's armor must be robust, better able to absorb damage during combat.
Armor isn't really meant to absorb damage, it's meant to deflect it, but I don't know, don't let me step on your philosophy here.
Can I get some of this armor?
I am only authorized to hand out equipment to anyone who has earned it. A cultivator isn't allowed to wear the armor of a paladin. That armor goes with that rank and that honor. So, if you want a set of it, you'll have to work to earn it.
I'd like to trade.
Pick your armor, choose your weapon, we can trade.
Okay, you got some, ooh, Horn Sword 2. Interesting. So, that seems to be how the upgrade system works. It actually, you do static upgrades, a la, I guess, games like, Dark Souls. I don't know how many ranks there are. I think there's only like 2 or 3 ranks. But at any rate, we are not quite where we need to be to use any of these weapons. But you have armor, and actually, oh, armor even has requirements. That's interesting. Armor, no surprise, is pretty expensive, but parrying power. I don't know what that really translates to. Is that actually, like, somehow strengthen your ability to parry? Like, in combat? Or is that something different? Okay, we would have a hard time affording that, but I'm just gonna buy the worker clothes. I have plenty to sell you, so we might as well. Oh, hang on. One of those is mine. So that's kind of that's kind of annoying. It seems like you can sell stuff you have equipped. The old games had provisions to protect against that. Now the problem is all this, like, all these items. I don't know how useful they are, so I don't think I'm going to sell any. Probably just going to end up hoarding these for a while.
Take that tick to the pit. It should be disposed of.
I'll take your ass to the pit. What else I got? I got some clothes. Oh, wow. Looks pretty legit for basic worker armor. Now, I gotta be honest. Of all the things visually that this game is kind of behind the times on, cloth physics, they really kind of nailed it. I mean, it is a little weird because some of the different things, like the weight of the fabric doesn't seem to really correspond to how it behaves in terms of physics. So, like heavy leather that's like studded with, you know, metal rivets or something, still seems, yeah, you can even see it on this side. It still just, it kind of flaps about like it's just light tissue paper or something, but just the extent of the physics and the fact that it actually does seem to respond to the wind, which is really surprising. That's something most games don't bother with. Where do we need to go to get back? Yeah, you gotta go down there. So let's head back to, I think it was this way. I'm surprised that I'm actually getting lost here. They've never, it's been years since they've built a game, like a settlement in a game that was big enough to actually get lost in. Oh, that's my old torch. At least we got some decent looking clothes here.
We'll talk later, yeah?
There are a lot of NPCs, I gotta be honest. Kind of surprised. I mean, sure, most of them don't do anything, but it at least does give the world some believability. See, that's killing me. They gotta fix that, because the fact that the UI is spotty in how well it actually corresponds to your selected options, it's pretty annoying.
Another time, yeah?
I spoke to Angrim.
Oh, great, thank you. Someone who is prepared to do something. When will the deliveries come?
They won't. The men Angrim sent to the valley are dead.
And is he going to send more? No, wait. Let me guess. We don't have warriors to spare chasing farmers. How does he expect me to get supplies if he can't? He's got a host of warriors he can assign. I'm one person behind a counter.
I could go for you.
You? Well, I appreciate the offer, but if his men were killed, I can't ask you to go alone. Besides, it's not one delivery I need. It's regular supplies, and a lot of them. If the Ison clan won't help, one of the others will have to. Would you speak to Ragnar, warlord of the Hooded Crows? Or Cormag of the Hammer clan? I'll have to hope that one of them can understand why this is so important.
Interesting. So, I had initially believed that the clans were all spread out. I didn't realize that they all hung out in the same area. But it is possible. I don't know if they have other settlements. I believe they do, because I've seen... I mean, you can see a lot of clearly defined construction in some of these places. I mean, that looks like... that might be the extractor there. But that looks like a settlement. That looks kind of like a sparse settlement. There's obviously some ruins spread out. That looks like a fortress over there. That's actually pretty close by. That... I mean, this is on the fringe of the desert, so I don't know if that's contested territory or if it's actually settled by somebody, but... just want to have that on hand. So obviously we still got a lot of people to talk to here and a lot of missions to do, but I just want to take this episode...
Wait, one moment.
Fuck you.
Now,
Seeing as you're looking to settle down here, you'll be needing to make friends, won't you? So, friend, why don't you head down to the tavern and bring me something back?
you're going to get drunk on guard duty?
It'll take more beer than you can carry to go to my head. Come on, I'm stuck here. Least you can do is get me a pint.
What do you want from the tavern?
Beer, water, hops, barley. That touch of genius. nectar of the gods. Ah, now I really need a drink.
Alright, well, I guess we'll stop and do him a favor. I don't know where the hell the tavern is, though. Is it over here? Remember, you only get 5 minutes for your smoke break.
Hey.
Hey.
My backup?
Backup for what?
What backup?
Oh, for the love of her. There's no one gonna send me some relief. I need a piss, a sit down, and a different fucking view.
Alright, well, sucks to suck, don't it? I need to find a tavern so I can get this asshole a drink. Doesn't look like a tavern. You know, these open pit flames, these braziers, whatever you want to call them, does not seem like a good idea to have in a wooden thatch house. But hey, maybe mana protects it. I find it interesting that the berserkers seem to have like a somewhat of a Buddhist kind of spiritualism. Like it's an attunement with the world more than, maybe not Buddhists. Buddhists are very spiritual, but their attunement with the world, they don't really regard have any regard for deities of any kind. And in fact, very clearly state that worship of gods is forbidden. Okay, this is a tavern.
Ah, Gunfast. What news from the fields?
You hear yours still looking for volunteers to go up to the converter?
Nah, I don't
Good
give a
luck to
shit.
'em. I don't know anyone who's going to risk that journey in a hurry.
Are you serious?
What have we here? Welcome to the Berserkers. You want to make it all the way to the top? You must observe our sacred traditions. Most sacred of all, never have an empty glass. Tell me, what brings you here?
Is this your tavern?
It is indeed. Tavern, home from home, resting place for the hard-working man. We offer shelter to all loyal berserkers. You want something to drink?
Give me a drink.
What'll it be?
Beer. Holy shit, I do not want fucking 36 of those. Really? I have to... You tell me I have to break down a stack like this every time? That is bullshit. You better not make me do that every time. Hopefully they sort that out. Alright, I'll take a beer.
Outlaws been spotted up around the main gate?
You're the second person to tell me that today.
Yeah? Do you know if Ragnar has sent out a search party yet?
Oh yeah, Ragnar's always popping in here to let me know his plans. Treats me like a brother, he does.
A little sarcasm there. Huh. Well, that outlaw, we'll probably run into them while we're running around out there. But we'll make a detour for the pit at some point. Anyway, here's your beer.
I brought your beer.
That's what I need. About time, too.
And so here's where you give me my reward.
Your reward was getting in through that gate. Be grateful.
Letting people in is your job.
So is keeping people out. I give the word and you'll never get in here.
Nah. I don't know if I want to fight him. That seems like we're going to get in a lot of trouble.
I don't want trouble.
Good. I thought you might see sense. And seeing as you played by the rules, I'll put in a word for you with the boss man himself. Ragnar, warlord of the Hooded Crows. You need pledges if you want promotion, and we need reliable people in our clan. Of course, giving you my word would be a pretty big favor. So if I did that, I'd probably need a favor in return. Say, in the form of shards.
You just got a fucking beer off me.
I'm not paying for your word.
You're not paying for a word. You're paying for a chance. Always better to be part of a team. Then we can watch each other's backs. After all, it's my job as a guard to keep people safe.
I don't trust your fucking camaraderie as far as I can throw it. Seeing as you just seem to want to cheat me out of Cheat me out of everything I got, every chance you get. What is this, curiously rectangular construction here? Doesn't seem to be much going on. Ladder climbing is so slow. Oh, someone left us a snack. Or a smoke. Okay. I was wondering if it was back to the old Gothic 3 days, where they forgot to put an animation for picking stuff up in sneak mode. Alright, so I think this is the pit here. I don't know if we're even allowed to get in here.
This area is restricted. No entry.
What is this place?
This is the pit. Any Elex, any forbidden technology that comes into Goliath, this is where it's kept. Move along there. Move along.
Alright, fine. So they still keep the old Risen 2 and 3 kind of idea that if someone's guarding an area and you try to get in, it's just going to keep popping you back, but we have ways. I mean, obviously we could have just jumped down from the top and gotten in here, but... Okay, no getting over that. Herm. Surely there's something we can make happen over here. Aha! Victory is mine. Well, we got some old cars.
Analyzing. System error.
Whoa.
Assistance needed.
Hey, buddy.
You four? What are you doing here? You were supposed to have remained with me. Why did you leave the crash site?
Survival Protocol 7. Commander presumed dead. U4 unit attempted return to repair station.
Do I look dead to you?
Assessing. I calculate the odds of my commanding unit remaining alive are 5.2%. Failure of your mission will lead to execution.
Yeah? Well, they tried that, and they failed. You're lucky you haven't been dismantled for your Elex. Are you able to come with me?
System error. Failure of... System error.
Identify system error.
Analyzing. Minor damage to primary systems. Defense system and weapons are offline. Primary control system impaired.
Can you repair yourself?
Analyzing. Negative. No repair possible at this location.
Yeah, that would be too easy. Status report of our last mission goals.
Primary goal. Locate and secure Thorold, highest leader of the Berserkers, known as the Pilgrim. Mission status, failed. Secondary goal. Secure data describing transmutation process of pure Elex into mana. Mission status, failed. Tertiary goal. Scout Edan for weaknesses in the Berserker defenses. Mission status, failed.
Well, that was a success, huh?
Negative. Commanding unit status, privileges revoked. Execution ordered as a result of mission failure.
Well, I guess that's very cut and dry, but that gives us a perspective into what we were doing. So this Thorald fellow is more than just a point of curiosity. We seem to have a goal to catch him alive, preferably over dead.
What do you need to complete repairs? This location isn't safe.
Identifying. Nearest automated repair station is in North Abessa.
Then go. But you four, you are not to report on my status. If asked about me, state that I died in the crash. I will meet you at the repair station in Abessa.
Okay, I still wanted to finish those dialogue options. And he's just gonna float right by the Berserker. And he doesn't give a shit. He's like, happens every day. Damn mosquitoes are getting too big around here. So, well, that's interesting. I actually am kind of wondering why. Okay, of course this is forbidden, but nobody's here to stop us. Huh, that looks like a whiskey still. So it's probably just an air compressor or something. It's interesting. Hey, that looks like a... Oh, jackhammer. I think we need that for mining. A lot of good stuff here. Should probably pay attention to what I'm picking up. Movement detector? Energy? The hell was that? Never been asked. I've been asked to steal a movement detector from the pit. I don't think anyone asked me to do that. Alright, well, whatever. What was I saying? So yeah, the big G. Jesus Christ. So, like, obviously that crony drone is one of ours. And even though he recognizes that our failure, the failure of our mission has resulted in us losing all rank and privileges with the Albs, yet he still is, his protocol is to serve us. And even though we send him to an Alb headquarters for repairs, people are obviously going to recognize him as one of ours. I would assume that the Owls would program all their artificial intelligence-driven technology with a protocol that overrides our command of them in the event that our commander status is revoked. But it seems like they haven't made that a thing. So, and it especially seems weird that we can send it to go for repairs in that area, and they're not just going to snatch it and rewrite its programming. So that's very bizarre. All right, lots to be had here. See what's up the ladder. They definitely should have worked more on the sound balancing. Like, the steps here on the ladder are loud enough to give me a goddamn headache. Yet a lot of environmental sounds are not quite that distinct. Alright, so it's not a whole lot of good stuff, but... So I wonder what this guy says if we try to walk back out of here past him.
No entry. You'll need authorization to get in here.
You dumbass. Alright, well. That's taken care of. So, I wonder what's going to come of our mission directives now that we're not really part of that anymore. But one of the things I brought this up when I was doing my pre-release preview kind of stuff. When I was just reviewing all the press stuff that was coming up. I was surprised when it turned out how they were delivering the backstory of the character, Jax, and the fact that he knows everything about himself, and we as the player controlling him for some reason just don't. Oh, this is a very shitty flame animation. Oh well. So I find that kind of disappointing. I know that I've had the discussion with a lot of people, and they don't seem to mind it. But I hate the idea that the character we're controlling has this whole backstory that we have no idea about, and is obviously going to be important as it plays out. But like it's all kept, like, it kind of removes that sense of agency that we have with this character, because we're going to constantly be, it's like we're the ones with amnesia, but the character himself doesn't have it, because we don't know what he did, and we're supposed to be him, but he knows what he did, and it's just deliberately being kept from us. Something down there. Now, the interesting thing about bows is that... Oh, wow. I actually set them off. So that's kind of impressive. The interesting thing about bows is they do have an arc to them. But you don't have to account... Oh! You don't have to account for that yourself. It takes care of that for you. Which I understand is more in line with what people kind of expect. They don't expect to have to take care of the arc themselves. Huh. Just a couple rolls of toilet paper out here. Someone's taking a shit on the bench. I would not really want to hang my ass over that ledge. Kind of forgot what I was talking about. I know we left some stuff down here, so I'm going to take a look. I was in a hurry to get through all this because I wanted to at least reach the city limits when we before the end of that video. It's interesting how much excuse me, how much cleric propaganda there is floating around here. So I'm assuming because they refer to the war between the clerics and the berserkers. So I guess the clerics had some serious ground here at some point and have just ended up losing it. So yeah, here we left an axe. I saw this when I was doing editing. But I know that we cannot use that yet. It's a bit too heavy for us, I guess. Let's see. Anything good down here? Got a nice pristine lake here. Now, you can't swim in this game, but for some reason none of these lakes are quite deep enough. This, I believe, is the depot. Wow, that was loud. The depot that we were... Yeah, this is where we were at with, Duras. Huh, there's a nice camp in here. Something went down here. So I love how even just interacting with a campfire, we have to do that through our damn smartwatch thing. Alright, fry up some meat. I like how they've always, except for Gothic 1, they've always referred to meat as fried instead of roasted. Even when you're not frying it. I don't know if this is a good idea. I think those are pretty tough over there. Those little chicken things. Oh, wow. Damn, the arrows are just too damn slow. Got the bitch, though. 5 experience for that little piece of shit? Oh, I don't want to go too close to that troll. See, he's a big boy. Let's see what happens. I'm sure I can't do any kind of damage to him. Wow, he doesn't even care. Ah! Whoa! Alright, that's obviously not going to happen. Holy shit! Damn, can't even get near the fucker. Alright, so it's obvious that there's none of the generous iframes in the dodge roll as there were in Risen 3. So we'll have to give that big boy a wide berth. Ooh, raptor there. There's already some definitely tough animals out here. tough mutants and monsters and beasts of all kinds. For a starting area, this is definitely pretty intense. I think that's what put a lot of people off in the reviews for this. They were just shocked at playing a game with, you know, an emphasis on combat. Retreat. A game with an emphasis on combat that made combat so difficult and unforgiving in the early chapters of it. But it really does harken back to Gothic 2 for me, which obviously, I stated before, my favorite Piranha Bytes game and possibly my favorite game of all time. And, I don't know, I'm just used to it from that. Now, I can't remember what it was. Fucking rats. I can't remember what it was, but someone said we missed some. I missed something back in the observatory where we started. I'm gonna see if we can head back there. I can't tell if, like, these monsters just spawned after we left this place, or if they kind of moved in afterwards. Supposedly, animals do have a large tendency to roam around, much more than they did in any previous game. So you can find critters in areas, like moving around between areas that you wouldn't really expect them to. Okay, this is the way we came with Duras, I think. Something over there. Oh, it's a horn dog. Damn, the terrain is really fucking with combat. Just to be expected, I suppose. Damn. Can't even hit the fucker. Kidding me? Now I got something else after me. You bastard. Ow. Hup, 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 hup. Alright. So the biggest problem is the fact that there's no turning radius with attacks, so you have to make sure you turn around before you can swing. Alright, that's one bugger down. Ow. Tell you what, they don't hit too hard. Alright. That's not too bad. I mean, I can only assume that the people who are having a lot of trouble with combat are going into things... going up against things that they aren't meant to go up against yet, and just assuming that they can do it because they're used to... They're used to level scaling kind of games. You know, they're used to Bethesda games where you're not really going to run into anything besides frost trolls that are too much for you. Because none of those hit too hard. Now, I've been told that, armor has a huge protective value in this game, and the more armor you get really makes a massive difference when you come up against enemies. They've had this problem in Risen 2 and 3 as well, but I really wish they had more visual sort of feedback when it comes to health bars and that kind of thing. Because the fact that it's just shades of red makes it really hard to see how much damage you're doing when the thing's moving around a lot.
It was all a damn lie. They rejected me. They rejected almost everyone. They promised salvation for the world. But it was only ever for the chosen. Kalan, the great light. Kalan, the great lie. You brought us here with hope. Now we die away from all that we loved.
Oh, that is very, very morbid. And do we only have one arrow left? Oh. Oh, wow. Oh, shit, we got 2 arrows left. Can I quick slot these? No. See, that's the problem. I don't have... Ooh. That guy looks mean. I don't have any real perspective on how many arrows, how much ammo I have left, other than the fact that my quiver looks empty. But I guess that's a nice way to kind of give some kind of visible feedback to somebody who wants the minimalist HUD. I think that's a nice way to do it. But the fact that I have 2 arrows and it's only showing 1, that could be confusing. Alright, I get the feeling that we don't stand a chance against this asshole. His weapon looks pretty legit. Holy shit. He parried me. Ow! And I'm poisoned. Jesus! That is legit. I wasn't doing any damage to him either. So we obviously don't stand a chance here. I wonder who the reavers are. We've run into a couple of them. They don't seem to fit any faction. Using the jetpack out of water seems to just be explosive in volume. So yeah, someone said somewhere around here where I found the workers' pants, there's something else I missed. One of those RX bottles still around here. I honestly can't remember what he said I missed. I think we can actually still go up to the observatory again. Wonder, you know? Now that we have the jetpack, there might be actual stuff to find there. But considering the place was like littered with invisible walls when you're up there, I kind of doubt it. Yeah, someone said something about some walls. Piece of neckwear or something. I try to respond to comments that I get on these videos because I'm still a small enough channel that I actually can do that. Whoops, too far. Oh, potion here. Whoa, that was a hell of a jump. I don't see anything here. Perhaps the directions have misguided me. Well, let's just snoop around the facility we were at before. If I can find it again. Actually, I don't need to. I don't want to overuse... I don't want to overuse... Oh, wow. What was that? Okay. You know, I kind of question that, since we don't have a headquarters like we had with a ship in Gothic, in Risen 2 and 3. I think what happens is your companions will default to the camp nearest any of the teleporters that you go to. But since we don't have any companions yet, we aren't seeing much of that. This looks like a... Holy shit. This looks like another berserker village. What do we got going on here? These are not berserkers. They are reavers. Yoink. Can I shoot the bugger? Oh wow, they actually hurt him. Oh my god, they are everywhere.
Out of ammo.
Shit. These guys really want a piece of me. Man, they are not backing down. Jesus Christ! Do they ever quit? I don't know if they're ever gonna quit. I mean, we can outrun them, no problem, but man. I think we lost them. Well, that was just nasty. Guess we'll have a snack. Oh, another horn dog. Oh shit, I'm out of ammo, I forgot. Okay, so it actually does show ammo when you have it out. Just doesn't show it when you have it holstered. You punk. I can't hit the fucker. Oh, that time a double tap dodge actually saved me. Wow, the hitboxes are a bit much. I can't turn around and hit him. This is bullshit. Great, I just... My goodness. Stop doing that. Oh god. I really... Oh my goodness, that was a hell of a lunge. Did he just spit blood at me? Alright, well, at least we got them focused on each other. Perhaps I can mop up whatever's left. You want a piece of me now? I don't think you know what you're in for. Yeah, that's how we do it. So combat ain't bad if you're ready for it. It's when you get a little caught off guard, as I have a frequency to do. It starts to get a little fussy. Well, that definitely makes exploration pretty slow. Not that I mind that. It kind of makes you take things in, you know, with a grain of patience. I do get a nice Risen vibe in the kind of denser areas of the forest. Oh, gotta patch a roadway here. I'm not sure what this was ever supposed to lead to. I mean, unless there was a tunnel in there that's just been collapsed and eroded. Oh, we got a wolf skin or something. Anything to be seen up here? I think not. Foliage is really dense. I can't even aim the damn thing to get a any of the names of these things that pop up. I want to know what we're about to walk into. What on earth is that? I don't think I want to stand on that thing. That's pretty disturbing. Hello? Another raptor. Let's see if we can handle it. Hello, beastie. Not working. God, that is killing me. Like how difficult it is to turn around to face enemies that are behind you. That's really fucking with me. That's like my only major complaint about combat so far. There's something over here. That's still the reaver camp, isn't it? They're probably still trying to make their way back there. I don't want to go anywhere near that. So I wonder if reavers are like... I don't know. Like outlaws of outlaws. Unusable first aid kit. Well, that's helpful. Claw. Alright, who wants a piece? Oh, little chicken. Get over here, you buzzard. So, obviously, when you're in the parry stance, the camera stays fixed and it seems to lock on to the enemy, but I don't really know what the actual lock-on button is. Target lock is X, okay. Oh, that's interesting. They actually give you controls to switch who you're locked onto, so that is definitely a nice change. That's something their games never really had before, which means the lock-on was kind of fickle. We want to avoid that. Ooh. That's that converter, or extractor, or whatever it is. A little closer than I realized. Yeah, these things are very territorial. Can't get anywhere near them. Okay, something's actually coming. One of them really wants... Oh no, they're both coming. Shit. Elex. Ow! This thing's actually really tough. I forgot they have spits. Ah! Bollocks! Damn! Alright, well that puts the kibosh on that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're gonna call this episode here. I do, unfortunately, have to start getting ready for work. I let these episodes drag out a little longer than I meant to. Oh, fighting single enemies really isn't that bad. It's when you get more than one that things get things get touchy. But, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you all kindly for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. And, don't forget to subscribe to... Don't forget to subscribe to see more every time I upload them. Also, if you are interested, follow me on Twitch and subscribe to my Stream Archive channel, where hopefully sometime in the near future we can also get a parallel live stream going on of the alternative paths in these games, and some other random shenanigans as well. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you again for watching, and have yourselves a wonderful night.